Welcome to Tuesday and part 2 of the vlog. Yesterday, Monday, first opening day of the vlog, and I wanted to do some work on the camera, so I ended up having to download the footage onto my computer. And I got to look at the files. Had 35 minutes worth of footage. I was able to cut it down to 23 minutes after I edited it. So I edited it down and I put it up as part 1. Hopefully the rest of this vlog is not going to be as long, and I'll upload it on Thursday like I have been doing. So that's the reason why you're getting part 2 in a delay. But wanted to touch on the segment I did in part 1. I was sitting down taking a break and got to talking about all the smoke and everything. Got to thinking about it this morning, and I said the hell with it and just ran with it and put a disclaimer in the description. The comments I made may have sounded a bit insensitive to what's going on down in the gorge and around the Portland area. Wanted to offer my deepest and sincerest apologies if anyone was offended by them. When I shot that clip, we knew we had the smoke up here, we knew we had some forest fires up here. Where they were at or how severe they were, we had no idea. I had not been following, I don't watch TV or local TV news, and I haven't had a local radio station on a couple of weeks. Like I said, we knew there were some forest fires, we didn't know how bad they were. Last night, I got done editing all that, hit render, and everything was going good. And I got on Facebook for about 10-15 minutes before I went to bed because I was beat last night. And started seeing some of Troy Crivolone's posts, aka Scare Hollow down in Portland, and Ed's, and several others talking about the fire. And then I started seeing some of the pictures, and I'm thinking, oh shit. And I'm looking at the rendering, it's like, I'm not redoing this, I'll just run with it, and I'll explain myself in this section, which is what I am trying to do now. My comments I made about, not being that bad was pertaining to the fire they had up in BC here back in July, and all the smoke everybody got. And I know, God, we heard it from everyone on the East Coast about how bad the smoke was and everything. That's what I was thinking of when I shot that segment. I was not trying to make light of the current situation. And this, by far, is what's going on down there with you guys down in Oregon and the Portland area, and up here in the regions that are getting really hard hit, is totally different. So if I offended anybody or whatever, my deepest and sincerest apologies. That was not my intent. So, with that, we're going on to prop building. We went out, had a few errands to do this morning, and I went and hooked up one of the dashboard cams, and we ran that from the moment we left the driveway to the moment we got back. Got some editing to do. Ended up being an hour and 14 minutes worth of drive time. I'm not going to put it in raw, so I'm going to edit it down, we'll fast forward a lot, probably put some music in it, and we'll put a small section of it in on this vlog, a portion of it. So we're back out here with the Hammer and Clown project. Yesterday's vlog, or should I say in part one, we did a lot of work, got everything done on the body except for the head. You guys know I'm waiting for the motors to come in, which is supposed to be sometime this week, which means the head will probably get done next week. We got the gloves done, we got the hammer and that all situated and what have you, and I got the barrel cut. What we're going to be working on, starting out with today, is that barrel. We need to change the color of it. I don't mind the white, but I need it to blend in. So the wife and I were talking. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some green stripes on that. Wide green stripes, about the same width as the wall panels. Same color green. And then we'll leave the white on there. And then I'm going to get my blood drips I use for the walls, and we're going to go around the room with that with red. So, you know, add a little bit of color so it kind of blends into the display instead of just being a white bucket. Hey, it's got a nice healthy coat of green. I've got it out here on the driveway. Going to let it set for a while. Next step is in here in the shop. And you'll notice I have the top half of the barrel up on my workbench, my welding table. What I've got to do is I've got to get measurements for the square stock. I need to do another base in here with a mast coming up that I'm going to attach some metal rods to hold the head. So I need measurements, so that's what we're working on now. Not too bad for a day's work, and considering the day was only about 4 hours. There's the barrel. Sitting out in 95-degree heat. It dried pretty good. Got green stripes all the way around it. Now I am not going to yellow tea stain this like I did the walls. It's going to be just the way it is. I've still got to get my templates out for the blood drips, stencil those on, and then I got to come back here. I'm going to outline things too that'll hide the red marker line there. But for today, that's as far as it's going to go. And then I went and got the base done for the mast. I'm going to have a pipe coming up and a pair of crosshairs, you know, going across. There will hold bungees that will keep the head centered in the barrel and allow it to rock when the hammer hits it. That I can get welded up tomorrow, have it installed, and then it's just basically painting and drying on this. Then we'll be set and ready to go for putting the motor in the head when that gets in, and we'll have the mech done. It'll be motor and wiring, all of which will take maybe an hour, 2 hours, depending on how much trouble the motor gives me. So we're getting right down to the end of it. Well, I'd say good morning to you, but it's actually afternoon. I've been out here for quite some time. Got the yard mowed and what have you. Came in here in the shop, started working on the barrel, and we got her painted. Doesn't look too bad, matches the walls for the most part. I do need to go back over and clear coat it, and I'm going to do that once all the work's done. I can do a few touch-ups. I got a couple scratches here and I got to fix. And we've got a Kaylee in here wanting me to go outside and play. Huh? Is it play time? Yeah, sniff my shoes. But anyway, we got done doing the barrel. I came in, if you remember right, I did the base last night. I just finished this here, and it's got a nipple on the bottom of it. And see if I can do this one-handed. It basically just sits down in the holder like that. Now, I think I showed you these, the bungees. These will stretch from that hole there out toward the center. And I'm going to make a small platform to hold the head, and that will hold the head into place and will allow the head to wobble back and forth as the hammer hits it. Getting ready to do that. I got to make a little platform yet to hold the head. Then I can start worrying about hooking up bungees. But I did want to cover one other thing. Got a package today. Let's see where it's right here. The correct motor. They came in the mail today, so that means I can do the head on the first part, the hammer and clown himself. But since I've got this in here and I'm working on it, I'm going to get the barrel finished up first, then we'll drag him in and we'll start messing with this. Alright, we still got a Kaylee in here with us wanting me to come play. But I figured I'd show you what I got done doing. Now I showed you this last segment. I just got done making this up. That's a piece of the heavy duty plastic off the lid. I just cut a chunk of it off over there and did this to it. And I put a plumbing flange on it and a nipple. The nipple will hold the head in place. I've also drilled 4 holes, one in each corner, that I'll be able to put in here with the bungees to help hold it into place, hopefully. Hopefully is the key word. There you go, head attached. But still got one more thing I need to do. The head, I just cut a slit in the bottom of it and slipped it in over the nipple. On the corners, I put 2 bungees through each corner and attached them to here. And if I need extras or spares during the Halloween season, I've got a couple of more packets I bought just in case. But it gives it some spring. And when this thing gets hit, this barrel is going to be full of water. It's going to be, sloshing out as this thing hits. It should slosh out a little bit. But now I got one last thing I'm going to do. One last part of this I need to do, and it's a quick, easy one. You guys remember a couple years back I made the water blasters for my sewer room. Those were the first pneumatic props I'd ever done. God, it's been 4 or 5 years ago. I'm going to put a smaller version of one in the barrel. So the hammer's going to come down, hit the head, the water blaster's going to go off, and the horn as well will sound at the same time. So we'll get 3 effective scares. If one doesn't get them, one of the other 2 should. Either the movement of the hammer, the water blaster, or the horn. I'm going to get some wet pants, I hope, out of this year. Barrel is 99.999% done. All I got left to do with it is clear coat it. I'll do that tomorrow, and she's done and out of the way. Now, I went in here and I made a water blaster. I'm hoping this is going to work. The pattern's a little bit different. Get this out here so you can see it. And I believe it was Barry, Drop Dead, was asking about these. And these are a real simple pneumatic prop. They require at least 2 inches of water over the top of the spout. The deeper these are, the noisier they are, and the more they'll shoot water up. But the purpose is you put this in a bucket or a pond or a fountain. The fountain will flow into the tube, fill it up with water. This end, you have an air hose attached to it. I'm using 1/4-inch tubing. You run that off to someplace dry, hook it up to your solenoid with a regulator on it. And when the solenoid triggers, or force water through here, and it's got to go somewhere to get out, so it'll come out here. And like I said, the deeper it is, the louder it is, and the bigger the explosion sometimes. We're finding if you have it, at the 2-inch level, it sounds like a fart going off. Right now we've got them set for about 3 to 4 inches deep, and it'll shoot water up about 7 foot in the air. Makes a nice racket. And we have those in our sewer rooms. But we got that done. That's going to sit in here on the thing, if I can get it in there. Sorry, wonky camera angle. But it'll sit in here, and I will zip tie it into place when we're ready to go on the hunt. The other thing I did was back here. This here with the clear tube on it, that's my fill tube. This is going to be, the barrel is going to be sitting in Kaylee's wading pool. And we'll have water in the barrel, water in the pool, and a water pump. So this thing will just sit there and recycle water from the pool up into the barrel all night long. And then when the head hits, the water, when the head hits, I should say, the water blaster down there will fire, and the horn will fire as well. So we'll have a couple of different things. This will wobble back and forth, causing the water to slosh. So Should be a nice effect altogether. Okay. Hey people. I didn't get out here to the shop till late. We had a medical emergency with my wife's mother. Spent most of the day at the doctor and up at the hospital. Hope she's going to be okay. We don't know yet. It's kind of up in the air and probably won't know anything for a week or two the way it's going. But I did finally make it out and into the shop. And first project of the day was we got the innards out of the barrel and got the barrel clear coated, so it's sitting out here drying. Second step was, since my motors came in, I put a motor in and got it wired. And you'll notice the PVC pipe up here is turning. Now these two screws that are sticking up are the ones I used to mount the motor to the base. I just left them sitting longer. And I am going to trim them down just a little bit, I think. But they're also acting as my stops for that screw, which is good. The screw's hitting them and then stopping. In fact, I think I might add another nut onto there to thicken that up a bit and then trim off the excess. But anyway, then the head will be on, and as you can see, it's turning back and forth. So you'll be looking to the right and to the left. So that'll be good. I still got to get the wiring ran through the mech and down the leg and everything. I haven't gotten that far yet. I've been working in the evenings on the computer. I've got a lot of little projects, soundtracks for the Scooby-Doo board, soundtracks for the projectors, soundtracks for the stereos, flyers, VIP passes, and I've got a whole laundry list of stuff I've been working on the computer that I haven't been vlogging. But we'll be working on more of that tonight after I get done out here. See, she does come out here once in a while. Wanted to show you that. There's your head movement for the mask. I still need to make fine adjustments on the hammer. We did a test on the hammer with, just lifting it by hand, and the stick was actually hitting the head and causing the head not to work right. So we had to shove the hammer back out a little bit further. But we've got the ruffle on here. I might get some black paint out and paint his neck. I may not. I don't know. But that is the prop. Now the only thing I have left to do on the mech, in fact, wonky camera angle, we'll go this way. That way you can see it better. Okay, returning you to your previously upright positions. The only other thing we have to do, and I'm working on that right now, is I gotta get the airlines ran and the solenoid ran. Okay, people, what I was thinking was going to happen has happened. I ran out of time. So, this is going to be your last look at the mech for the build portion of it. You're not going to see the hammer work. I'm still wiring up the solenoid, and I've got to do a little bit of testing before I can video it. So, what we are going to do next week, once we get back into town, we'll be starting on a new project. You'll be getting footage on that only. You will get nothing more on the Clown Mec, at least as far as build vlogs go. What I will do is we are going to set this boy up with the barrel out on the patio. And we'll do a test fire and a full, get the water blaster, the horn, the whole 9 yards working, and we'll do a test fire out there. And we'll call that, we'll do what we're calling it is a reveal video of the finished prop. So you're going to have to wait for that. It'll be out sometime next week. I'm not sure exactly when. And then Thursday you'll get the normal, whatever I have gotten done in the week vlog. So that's where we're going to stand. with that, I gotta clean up out here a little bit. I'm gonna go in and grab some dinner. I've got work on the computer I need to get done. Trying to get caught up on stuff. So we'll leave you here. We'll say stay spooky and stay toxic.